Using relative clauses. When the relative pronoun is the object of the clause, we can leave it out. For example, the man is carrying a bag. It's very heavy. The bag that he's carrying is very heavy. So here we can use that or we can just leave it out. The bag he's carrying is very heavy. Kate wants some money. What will she do with it? What will Kate do with the money that she won? So we can say it without that as well. What will Kate do with the money she won? So she won some money. So money is object here. The books you wanted are here. The people we met were friendly. Everything I said was true. Did you find the books you wanted? If the pronoun is not the subject, we can drop it. We say, the film we saw was very good. We cannot say this film we saw it was very good. We don't have to repeat the it. Sometimes a verb needs a preposition to, at, about, etc. Eve is talking to a man. Do you know the man Eve is talking to? We stayed at a hotel. The hotel we stayed at was near the station. I told you about some books. These are the books I told you about. Using prepositions with relative clauses. So we don't repeat the object after the preposition. The books I told you about. So we don't need the word them again. We can replace at which, in which, with where. The hotel where we stayed was near the station. So we must use who, that, which if it's the subject of the clause. I met a woman who can speak 6 languages. So we know that subject means when it performs the verb action, like who can speak. Here, who is subject. So we need to use the word who. Jack wore a hat that was too big for him. So we cannot leave the that here. Now let's make one sentence from 2. Helen took some photographs. Have you seen them? Have you seen? So we can say, have you seen the photographs Helen took? So here, photographs is object. So we don't have to say which. Like, have you seen the photographs which Helen took? Which is optional here because it's object. You gave me a pen. I've lost it. I've lost the pen you gave me. So the pen is object here. So I've lost the pen which you gave me, is which is optional. Sue is wearing a jacket. I like it. I like the jacket Sue is wearing. I gave you some flowers. Where are they? Where are the flowers I gave you? I didn't believe. He told us a story. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe the story he told us. You bought some oranges. How much were they? How much were the oranges you bought? I was carrying a bag. It was very heavy. The bag I was carrying was very heavy. Again, we can say the bag which I was carrying, but again, the bag is object here, so we don't need which. You cooked a meal. It was excellent. The meal you cooked was excellent. I'm wearing shoes, they aren't very comfortable. The shoes I'm wearing aren't very comfortable. We invited some people to dinner. They didn't come. The people we invited to dinner didn't come. Your friend stayed at a hotel. You ask, "What's the name of the hotel you stayed?" Your friend was talking to some people. You ask, "Who are the people you were talking to?" Your friend was looking for some keys. You ask, "Did you find the keys you were looking for?" Your friend's going to party. You ask, "Where is the party you're going to?" Your friend was talking about a film. "What's the name of the film you were talking about?" Your friend is listening to some music. You ask, "What's that music you are listening to?" Your friend was waiting for a letter. You ask, "Did you get the letter you were waiting for?" John stayed at a hotel. You ask him, "Did you like where you stayed?" Sue had a dinner in a restaurant. You ask her, "What's the name of the restaurant where you had dinner?" Sarah lives in a village. You ask her, "How big is the village where you live?" Richard works in a factory. You ask him, "Where exactly is the factory where you work?" So, in today's lesson, we learned how to use relative clauses to combine sentences. So, when the relative pronoun which or that is referring to an object, we can just leave them, skip them, but if they are subject, we must use them. That's it. Thank you so much. Have a good one.